So the significance of Bitcoin is you can take a portion of monetary energy, you can store it on a network that no politician, no bank, no counterparty can seize from you against your will, and nobody can debase or inflate away.
Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Finance. In this video, Michael Saylor discusses about Bitcoin. According to Michael Saylor, the importance of Bitcoin lies in its ability to empower individuals by allowing them to possess a share of financial power. You have the option to store it on a network that is completely secure and inaccessible to politicians, banks, or any other third parties take from you without your consent, and no one can diminish or increase through manipulation. There is a misconception that this political edict applies universally, but that is not true. There is another monetary system on Earth, which can also be referred to as Ross. Stevens suggests you have the option to choose the fiat standard, which allows others to participate. You can print unlimited units of money, but not you have the option to do so or not embrace the Bitcoin standard, where the supply of money remains fixed and no one has the power to create new units, not even you in this world. It's important to consider the potential risks that come with interacting with unknown individuals. There is a possibility that someone you are unfamiliar with could take away all of your economic resources. Power is exerted without your consent or knowledge. And lots of things Michael Saylor discuss, so please watch the video to end and share this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance. Thanks.
The dollar is only as old as 1971, right? We've got a fiat currency for 50 years. Number one. Number two, it's lost 98% or 90-something% of its purchasing power in those 50 years. So it's not, it has power. Look, Julius Caesar had power. Where's he today? I mean, the point is, Babylon had power. The British Empire had power, right? Napoleon had power. Lots of examples of empires that had, Alexander the Great had power. How'd that work out, right? The Carthaginians and the Phoenicians had power. The Venetians had power. The Roman Catholic Church had power. Henry VIII had power, right? I don't dispute the fact that they all had power. Everybody has power over the course of some period of time. And, the US dollar is the reserve currency of the world. And it's undisputable. And once I almost wrote a book all about the supremacy of the dollar. I get it. That's not the point, right? The point is not, is it the reserve currency of the world? And do we need to accommodate it? We do. The point is, what will you as an individual choose to use as your technology to avoid starving to death or freezing to death economically? That's the question. Right. The Argentine peso had power, still has power. It doesn't change the fact that if you live in Argentina, you will starve to death and lose your family's life savings every 10 years unless you adopt a new technology. Right? Doesn't change that fact.
Do you worry about
and
that?
So the significance of Bitcoin is it's a technology for you to avoid becoming impoverished, right? If I drop you in the middle of Russia, the ruble will have power, and they will shoot you in the head if you don't use the ruble properly. It doesn't change the question at hand. If you have tuberculosis, you should use penicillin to avoid dying. And if you have a bunch of money in a country where the currency is collapsing, you should use Bitcoin to avoid dying. And if I drop you in the middle of the ocean, you should hope you have a ship around you to avoid dying, right? It's just the technology in order to live your life in this particular case. And so what is the core essence of it? Well, the essence of it is the same thing that makes the universe work. The laws of thermodynamics and the conservation of energy, right?
According to Michael Saylor, the significance of Bitcoin lies in its ability to help you avoid becoming a victim of financial intermediaries and centralized control, discussing the issue of poverty and inequality. If you were placed in the heart of Russia, the surroundings would be quite different. Understanding the dynamics of power is crucial, as not utilizing it effectively can have severe consequences. It's important to handle the situation with care and consider the potential outcomes if you have the matter in question. If you have tuberculosis, it is recommended to use penicillin if you want to ensure your survival and you possess a significant amount of wealth in a nation with a different currency. It's important to consider using Bitcoin as a means to protect yourself from potential collapse and to ensure your safety in uncertain times. Additionally, it's worth noting that if you were to encounter any unforeseen circumstances, having Bitcoin could provide you with a valuable resource when you find yourself in the middle of the ocean. Having a ship nearby is crucial for your survival. It's all about relying on technology to ensure your safety in this specific scenario. It is important to understand the essence of living your life, what is at the heart of it all. The core of it is essentially the same, the underlying factor that drives. The universe operates according to the laws of thermodynamics, and the principle of energy conservation. At the heart of Bitcoin lies the principles of thermodynamics and the Can you please explain the concept of conservation of energy in relation to the network, specifically when a large amount of money is invested? Let's back to the Michael Saylor interview.
What's at the core of Bitcoin is the laws of thermodynamics and the conservation of energy. If I put $1 million of monetary energy into the network in the year 2020, I can go forward 250 years or 50 years or 10 years or whatever amount of time frame you want, and I will have the same amount of monetary energy scaled up perfectly linearly, for the economic growth without any individual stealing it all. Mm-hmm. If you take the same amount of monetary energy and you put it into the dollar, you will lose 99% of that energy. It will be stolen from you by the central bank and the fractional reserve bankers over the course of 100 years, maybe over the course of 10 to 15 years. If you put that into a gold network, you're going to lose 90% of the energy, if not all of it. You'll lose 90% because of mining, and you're likely to lose the rest when the bank you put it in gets seized in a regime change. And if you look at the top 100 cities in the world over the last 100 years, 95 of them had a regime change that was hostile, that would have resulted in you losing all of your monetary energy. So the significance of Bitcoin is you can take a portion of monetary energy, you can store it on a network that no politician, no bank, no counterparty can seize from you against your will. And nobody can debase or inflate away via some political edict, which is not the case with any other monetary system on Earth. Another way to say it is, as Ross Stevens says, you have a choice. You can choose the fiat standard, which is a standard where other people can print unlimited units of money, just not you, right? You can choose the Bitcoin standard where nobody can print units of money, including you. You have a choice. You can live in a world where someone you don't know can rob you of all of your economic power without your consent, without your knowledge, or you can live in a world where nobody can. You choose, right? That's the stark decision. By the way, that's the case. Why is this moral? Because when you live in the universe, you have to subject yourself to the laws of thermodynamics. You don't get to create energy or destroy energy or create mass or destroy. There's a conservation of this stuff. You can't leap a million gazillion miles. We don't have a world where you get to leap 1,000,000 miles an hour and murder everybody, and the guy next to you doesn't, right? You're both subject to the same laws of thermodynamics in that world. But in the world of fiat, there's one dude that can steal the life work of 1 billion people in a minute on a whim. And there's another person that can't, that can have all of their life's energy sucked out of their account and be rendered a pauper. That's the world you live in when you live in a fiat world. And, it seems quite evident which world a scientist or an engineer or a rational thinker or a person that simply wanted to live would want to live in. You'd want to live in the thermodynamically sound world of truth and integrity. And that's at the core. When people question Bitcoin, it's like, why would you question a monetary network based upon math and the laws of thermodynamics that are what God uses to move the universe?
Money is a form of energy that holds monetary value. Energy is the pinnacle of all energies. Michael Saylor can comprehend. Michael Saylor able to convert kinetic energy. You can convert potential energy, nuclear energy, electrical energy, and even mass into energy. Michael have the ability to convert any object into energy. Once converted, the object becomes a source of energy, can generate revenue. He can transform a large amount of electricity into a substantial sum of money, resulting in a significant financial gain, discussing the concept of wealth. He possesses a substantial fortune of $100 million in energy that he have the ability to convert into an equivalent amount of money. Transform a group of 5,000 individuals armed with machine guns into a formidable army and command them to charge forward. He can generate a significant amount of kinetic and chemical energy, which unfortunately has the potential to cause harm to multiple individuals. There seems to be some confusion regarding the concept of wealth and money. If you learned something from this video, then please like this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance, and we will meet in next video. Thanks.